Hi, everybody. This is Cheryl Howard again, your inspiration and transformation strategist. With our next speaker, I'm so excited. We have Doreen Holland here today. Doreen, first, I want to say thank you for being a part of this summit. I think it's life transforming. I like it because it's a holistic point of view and a holistic approach, and everybody has come in their own way, talking about their own specialty, how they was able to translate the visions and dreams that they had and be able to actualize it and bring it to fruition. And I think it's so great because a lot of people don't understand that they possess something inside of them and they really want to do something. Some of them may know what it is they want to do. Some people may not know, but I believe we become inspired by hearing other people's stories and then helping people to feel unstuck about, moving forward and not worrying about like what they don't have or who they don't know, because the game has changed today. It's like you can access people from all over the world using the internet. So we live in a different time. And so a lot of all of you guys have been able to do that, utilizing what we have, but first tapping into what we have inside of us and being able to bring it to manifestation. It's people walking around with greatness. And I know some of you out there, you sitting on something, you want to do something so bad, you feel it in your gut, and either it's fear or maybe you don't know how, you're not in the right environment where people are supporting you or encouraging you, or maybe somebody don't see you. But I'm telling you right now to stop waiting for permission from other people to validate you. God is the one who validates you. God is the one who is the giver of the talents and the skill, and he will put you in the right place at the right time with the right people who will support you. So do not let that stop you. That's why I wanted you to be in this summit, because I believe it's going to help catapult somebody into their purpose and their destiny. So thanks again, Doreen, for joining us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor, it's a privilege, because I've been following you for years and you have been such a great inspiration to all of us. And a lot of the things that we're doing is because we're following you. And you're just letting us know that it's still possible, so that whole encouragement and say you can do it is really what's helping us to move forward too. So again, I thank you for asking me to be part of your summit.
Wow. Well, I feel the same way about you as well. Back and forth. This is my sister in Christ and my sister's girlfriend. For years, I've seen her just transition and continue to just work. She really operated her passion all the time, things that she loved to do. You pretty much always been an entrepreneur, really. When I look back, I'm like, you didn't really work for somebody too long, except when you did your own thing. We also worked together in cosmetology, because I mentioned I have a
That's true. That's true.
So we worked in a salon together. So pretty much was doing it. Sometimes you don't realize, you don't put the term, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm doing my own thing. You don't really think about it because you're doing what you love to do. But anyway, I'm going to give a quick intro, and then I'm going to ask Doreen some questions, and I'm going to let her take the mic, take the floor. And I want you guys to know too that her topic is fit for purpose, because we talk about operating in our purpose and our passion, but then we need to be healthy in all aspects to really do the things that we love to do. So Doreen Holland is a certified exercise instructor, fitness and health coach. She is the president and founder of Heal Me in Motion. Did I get that? Heal Me in Motion. Doreen is a certified exercise instructor with over 12 years of experience. She has been a fitness health coach at the Jamaica YMCA, currently works at SNAP, Services Now for Adult Persons, where she teaches 3 levels of senior exercises and is the leader of the Allen Fitness Ministry and a division leader within the dance ministry at the Greater Allen Cathedral Church of New York. She is a certified health coach from the Institute of Integrated Nutrition of New York, a ProActive Educator at, is that what? How you pronounce it?
Yeah, I play with the pH. It's pHountain.
Yes, okay, good. Detox Center in Massapequa, New York, and is a wellness coach with Rejuventics. Thank you, Rejuventics. I left the E out. That's my fault. And wellness advocate of doTerra oils.
doTerra, yes.
doTerra oils.
doTerra oils.
She practices what she teaches and preaches within her home as well as the community. So definitely it's awesome that you out here helping people to, I think it's a ministry and it's a service, because you're really helping people to live longer. And I know you probably don't think about it that much, But I think that's
Yeah.
just so awesome. That's like one of the best jobs in the world, to help people, you know, live a longer life, live a more productive life, a fruitful life. Feeling good is so important. It's like my brother just said, I did an interview with him because he has his fitness certification, that should be like the main thing that we should really pursue, because you can't really do a lot when you don't feel well. And so
That's true.
we still in the land of the living. There's still something that we can do to better our lives when it comes to our health, whether it's mental health, physical health, emotional health, everything. So anyway, I have some questions I want to ask you. And you know, one of the questions I have asked everybody is, why do they do what they do? Why are you doing what you do? Why fitness? Why health?
Well, I think that it kind of is a progression. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. So that kind of movement thing was always fitness, but I never saw it as fitness. I think it transitioned over as I became older and started to age and then have children, and wasn't able to do what I was doing when I was younger. So that was the first level. I think the second level that it turned into health and fitness also is because I started seeing so many relatives around me that were getting sick, and that was like had so much medication in front of them that they had to take this for cholesterol, this for high blood pressure. And I just could not understand why this was happening. I mean, I know that like my mom is a nurse and my oldest brother is a doctor. So, you know, the medication and medical field there, but I kept saying, well, if it's all about diet and it's all about exercise and everyone seems to be doing what they're supposed to be doing, why is it not working? Why are people still getting sick? Why are people still having all these ailments? And, you know, I just kept starting to ask, it's like, there has to be something else that was missing. And I know that as a dancer, and those of us who are in the field where, you know, your image and what your shape and everything looks like, you know, you're always comparing yourself, you're always making sure that you are looking a certain way. And it becomes challenging, and a lot of times there's this problem where people are, you know, eating the wrong way or starving themselves or exercising till they fall out, and I'm like, there has to be a better way. So I think that was the entrance into me going into fitness and then into health. So again, it was a progression.
Right. And you had that question of why. And I was like that too, growing up. Everybody have these 10 to 15 pills. And I was like, God, I don't want that to be me.
Exactly.
Like, that takes energy, and drinking the water, all these pills. I'm like, oh my God. I said, I don't want that to be me. So I need to get on the ball.
Yeah, and that's true because, you know, looking at my aunt and my mom and a few others, you know, I'm sitting there and like you, I'm sitting there and I'm counting how many pills they have to take every day, and when they have to take it, and then it becomes a whole big conversation about the pills that they have to take and the ailments, and I'm like, this can't be normal. This cannot be normal. And I said to myself, I don't want to do that. I was like you. I was like, I don't want to do that. If there's a better way, I don't want to have to depend on a pill. You know, and then of course now the whole thing with the whole list of side effects for this and that.
Oh my
God.
God.
Like, no, there has to be a better way. And I've been really on the search to find out what that better way is.
Right. That's awesome. That is really awesome. And we talked about this with a lot of people doing the research and getting the information that's out there. And we have so many tools in front of us now where we can do that. But so you identify your why, you actually solving a problem for people. You know, and that's how a lot of things start. You try to find out, you know, that's how people start causes in businesses. Like, what problem are you trying to solve? And sometimes we solving our own problems in that same area and realize, you know what, I can do this for other people. And that's so great because you're going through the journey and the process and the transition. And then you really have a desire for other people to, it's almost like coming to Christ. And you get to go here, you want everybody to be saved. Let me tell you about a man. Bible. I met a man down in Galilee.
Yes.
So it's that excitement you have. And I know there's people watching that have an excitement to do something. You get passionate when you talk about it. Just like I just elevated my voice when I talked about the Lord.
Yes, of course.
It's something I'm passionate about. Like, I love him. I love to preach. I like to speak and empower people. And people notice it. And that's why I try to tell people watching, people won't tell you, everybody won't always tell you what they see, but some people, if you ask them, they will tell you what they keep hearing out of your spirit, like what you keep speaking, what you really care about.
Yeah.
And that's something somewhere that people need to start looking. Like what drives me? What do I get passionate about? What makes my voice, my tone elevate and get louder and higher? Pay attention to your body language and what moves you, inspires you, and I think a lot of people just, they never learn to do that, become self-reflective, and look at that inside of them and tap into, wow, I need to look at this a little bit more, and making a list, like, what do I love? What do I desire? You may hear that a lot, but some of you guys have never done that. Anyway.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, and I definitely agree with you with that, because again, being a dancer and movement, that's one of the things that I love to do. And getting into fitness is almost like teaching dance in a sense, because now you're teaching them a routine and they're learning it and they're improving it and they're getting happy. So it's like a happy body is a moving body.
Exactly, that's right. So my next question would be, because I was going to ask what challenges you have, but I want to know, first of all, did you write all of the visions and dreams you had? Like, how are you going to, I got to go back to the fitness thing, how you actually got into fitness. You kind of talked about it a little bit and how you translated from dance to fitness, but how did you get the engine going? Did you write down your dreams and your visions, like the strategies or actions?
Nope. Not at all. That's how I know that this was not really my idea.
Gotcha.
This was a God idea. And again, like you had said, it's like when you're trying to get your own life together and then you're grabbing people along the way. I actually got started in fitness trying to get my dancer body back after my second son.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, dancing, and I'm heavy after this pregnancy. I'm like, this is not right. This can't be, so I just jumped into what was called Bally's at the time. And I was there like 7 days a week, and I was taking classes, and I was eating practice, like not really eating. Let's say I was starving myself, trying to get back into it. And I was taking classes, and just as God would have it, I was taking the class, and one of the, I was loving this instructor. She's a really good friend of mine now, and in Christ, and someone that, is just like fabulous. Her name is Phyllis Talbot. I'm going to shout out Phyllis Talbot. And she is like really great, and tapped me on the shoulder one day, and she said, you know what? You'll be really good at doing this. And at that time, Bally's had a free class where you did I think it was 6 weeks to learn how to be an instructor. And I went, and of course they did not only just instructing, but they did fitness. They did, a little bit of nutrition. And I just felt a passion started coming up. So after I did that, I just kept moving forward from there. So it went from dance and into fitness from that. But as of having an idea of doing that, no, I had no idea. I had no idea. I was just doing what I love to do. And I was like, hey, this is great. And then started pulling more people in. And as I got on the road, I was pulled in by other people who I did not realize were in the field. And they were like, oh, I heard that you're doing this. Just the doors started opening for me to get in. But for it to be a business like it is starting to become now, I had no idea. I had no clue. I wasn't writing anything down. It was like, oh, this could be business. No, I did not have that at all. I fell into it, or I should say danced into it, or stepped into it, or something like that.
Well, how did you get it into a business? I know you started you was working at the church, you was getting people in the church, fitness and working and exercise, and then at the Y. But what motivated you to step out there? Because I know the challenges are sometimes the fear of leading people. And I remember you looking at the process. I'm like, you're already leading people, though. You're not doing anything different.
Right. And that's the funny part of how it became a business is that, again, I'm just doing what I'm doing, and I never thought about it becoming a business until maybe almost 4 years now that Healing in Motion Incorporated has been in the works, and it's still evolving. I'm still not sure what we're supposed to be doing, but we're doing something. And I just stepped out on it. And honest to God, I don't remember how it came up, but I think it was at a program that I was in, or people were talking, and it was like, okay, so if you were to have business, what the name would be, I guess, little baby steps. And I was like, that's a good question. And it came to me basically, I believe that is Luke 17, which is my scripture for my business, where it says that the lepers came up to Jesus and he said, they said, we want to be healed. And Jesus sent them away and said, okay, go show yourselves to the priest. And that just lit up in me because I was like, he didn't touch them. He just goes, so go show yourselves to the priest. And they were being healed in motion. And I was like, they were being healed as they were walking. They were being healed as they went away. So the words heal me in motion came to me as from that scripture. And then my whole motto being healthy, healed, and whole was still based on that same scripture, whereas the one came back to say thank you. So it was that thank you that made him whole. So he was healed when he walked away, became whole when he came back to say thank you. But then the whole revelation too was that they were kind of healthy because of the fact that they were still able to survive. They were still able to get around. And that's a lot of us who are doing that right today. It's like, oh, I feel fine. I'm healthy. I don't have any real health issues. Yeah, I have some issues, but they consider themselves healthy until they realize that they need a healing. And then as they continue with the process, they realize, well, I don't want to just be healthy. I don't just want to be healed. I want to be whole.
Exactly.
So that's how the business got started. And that's how the motto of becoming healthy, healed, and whole, part of the business came in.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So again, I didn't write anything down. I'm still writing things down, still writing, trying to figure out what the vision is. But that really is the main vision of the business is to get people on the journey of becoming healthy and then becoming healed and then becoming whole. And that understanding that it is a progression, that it's not something that you don't settle for one if you want more.
Okay, awesome. I want you to share, because I know there's people here saying, they think about all of their personal challenges, family, children, maybe parents ill, just different things in their life. And I wanted you to share with them, because I know we are empowered by people's stories and letting people know that we experience our own challenges. There's even times you may have to stop, like I have my brother talking about launching or rebranding, maybe stopping and then starting again, because things do happen. But if you can share like some of the challenges you had with, doing the things that you love to do, your fitness and everything.
I think that the biggest challenge for me was finding the balance between everything that I do. Because I'm involved in a lot of things, not only everything is not focused mainly on the ministry as far as dance. It's not everything focused on the business as far as the business, but I do other things outside. So it's not like everything where I go and what I do is branded under Heal Me in Motion. Not yet. I think this is the first year that I'm actually really pushing that, because I didn't see the value. I didn't see the value of what I was doing. I didn't understand, because for me, that challenge was I had to stop comparing myself to everybody else and seeing what everybody else was doing. It's like, compared to what that person is doing or what this business is doing or what that personality is doing, I'm not doing much of anything. So I started pulling back on the business and pulling back on putting it out there, because I was like, hey, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. Financially, it became a little bit of a challenge because, before the business can launch off on its own and be able to on its own, you have to kind of work on the side. And so I'm still doing like 5-6 jobs. I'm cutting back as much as I can, but doing anything to try to not only feed the business, but to feed yourself and to feed your home, feed your family. So that, that challenge is always going to be there, but I believe God is going to launch me off to the point where that is not going to be a problem anymore. The other problem, I think, or the challenge was the vision. Fitness and health is so broad. And one of the things that I know that people were saying is like, with my mentors and my accountability partners is like, okay, what is your branding? What is your niche market? I'm trying to heal the world. And that may not have been my assignment. It's like, you can't heal everybody. You gotta pull into your focus. And I think that was the problem, that I was trying to do everything and be everything everywhere. And that was burning me out. And and that was one of the challenges too. So it's starting to, like, when you have, you know, because I really think that my vision is really, really big. And now it's like, okay, I can see where it can go, but let's pull back in and start here first.
Right.
Let this germinate and grow. And then as is, you know, as it's growing, it'll start going out. But I believe that everything that I'm learning, everything that I'm experiencing, every person that I run into, it's part of the program, as part of the company. And I'm just now having to put everything in its row to see where it's going to go and how it's going to grow.
Wow.
So I think that the biggest challenge for me was vision. Okay. Where are we going with this? What are we going to do? Taking the business from a glorified hobby into a bona fide business. That's
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You said the key thing, because I have to learn. I'm still, I mean, I've learned about trying to find that niche. And then, like you, I'm a mental health counselor. We almost heal everybody emotionally.
Yeah.
People have depression, anxiety. Then I got the person who deal with sexual abuse. This person deal with physical and domestic violence. I'm working with everybody. So for me, the life coaching, it was challenging. It's like, well, I want to help here, and then I want to help here. And so how do you, and I've learned the same thing, find one or two things. Some things not even work together because they all collaborate, you know, you can fit them together. But it's like me doing the hair and then making natural products that go together under cosmetology. So it's not like something different. But I can't have cosmetology in my life coaching business and then this and that.
Exactly.
And I had to do the same thing. Like, okay, let me focus on, I like helping people operate their passion and purpose, but also breaking through things, you know, whatever that barrier is. So I had to come up with breaking through barriers to propel into purpose. So it's like, but I tell people, be encouraged. It's a learning process. It's okay.
Right.
You get it right. You know, right away. And like I shared with somebody else, even when I make like my product line, I already learned not to come out with 100 products if you're not even selling 5. Let's stick with get that successful going, and then you can start adding to your services, and it will you will get to that broad vision, like you said, that you have. It'll get there.
Right.
You know?
And that's why, you know, a program that I do is called Pathway to Balance and Strength.
Okay.
Which combines the two. It's like, okay, we have this, you know, and I think that is really where the niche market is coming in for me, is that there are so many people out there that want to have the fitness, they want to have the health, but at the same time they get started on the road and then they can't stay on the road because they can't balance it between their life, family, and career.
Right.
So the whole program is, okay, let's take it from a practical perspective and say, let's take a look at your life first. And let's see where we can fit it in and how we can fit it in, because people, like, they look at these videos and they go to the gym and they're like, everybody's doing this and this, but you can't look and compare yourself to the person that's on the treadmill, who's running like they're running down the street, and you haven't been on a treadmill before, and all you can do is walk fast, and then the person you is able to jog. So you have to start where you are, and then figure out as you get to it. As you get, you know, you get plans. So that program called Pathway to Balance and Strength is one of my favorites because it gets people thinking, yes, I want to be healthy, but how do I fit this into my own life? Because again, and that program came from me trying to balance everything together. It's like, okay, I need to balance. I have the kids, I have work, I have a husband, I have children, I have the ministry, and yet I still need to plan meals. I need to still work out. How does that all fit in? So now there's a program together that says, okay, let's sit down and figure this out. And a lot of times people, when they leave the program, they have what they know they're able to do. They're entering in at a level, and it's information that they can take with them and use for the rest of their lives.
That's why I think life coaching and health coaching, whatever kind of, is so important, because somebody can help you. Sometimes people are stuck. I don't know where to start. I know where to fit in. Like me, my challenge is when I come home dealing with people, I'm mentally tired. That the energy, I'm like, I'm going to do what? I plan to do something. I get home, I sit on the couch, I'm done. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this later. So it's even becoming, you know, finding, I like to say harmony too, because sometimes it's hard to balance some things because something's going to get more of your attention than the other thing. But at the same time, you find a balance with stuff, and then how everything can work in harmony. Just so important. And it takes some time to have working with somebody to help you do that.
Yes.
It's because
Yeah.
even thinking, trying to plan and thinking, that takes a lot of energy. So somebody can come along and
It
say,
does.
okay, let me help you plan out your day or your week and when you can squeeze this in. I think it's so helpful. And you don't feel like you're by yourself, because sometimes you get tired of, you want somebody to help you think.
Yes. It's like, can you think for me?
Exactly. Let me tell you my issues and my struggle, and let me see what you come up with.
Right, right.
Oh my God, that is so awesome. So I was going to ask you about the mindset, like what type of mindset a person would have to stay diligent and consistent with their goal or passion, whatever it is that they really want to do.
The mindset really is that they have to want to, because, and that wanting to want to is what's going to help them stay focused. Because if you walk into the room already with a defeated attitude saying this is not going to work, it's not going to work. And there's nothing that I can say or do or plan. If everything we put on the table, you're like, well, that's fine, but I can't because. So it's you have to want to, and having that kind of mentality when you walk into a room or planning any type of anything, it's going to help you achieve what it is that you're trying to achieve, whether it's fitness, it's health, starting a business, starting something new, going back to school. You're going to have to walk in there with the attitude that I want to do this. Because if you walk in as procrastination will definitely sit in. And having also that want to attitude will also help you remotivate yourself when things start shifting and going wrong and not going the way you plan, because that want to also connects to why you want to.
Right.
Get it? Right. So that if you want to do this, then it's going to be why you want to do this. So your why is going to bring you back to your want to.
Exactly.
I want to because I want to, So that's basically the whole idea of making sure that you have a willingness and an openness to want to.
Right. Yeah, because I was going to ask you what motivates you to keep going.
It's so funny. There's so many times, like you said, you get on that couch and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is too hard.
That's real talk. That's real talk, Doreen.
I don't want to do this no more. I'm tired. Let me just sleep and pull the covers over my head. Can someone else teach my class? Again, it goes back to that want to, and also because it is a passion for me, and I know that so many people are depending on me. That is another thing that gets me out of my bed, gets me out onto the floor. I can be a headache, I can be sick, I can be sore from my own workouts or my own rehearsals or whatever. Right. But as soon as I step on that floor, and or I'm sitting with clients or members or whatever, and I'm looking at them and they're so excited, whatever was causing me not to want to be there is gone. And then it's like the hour and a half is gone. And it's like, I'm energized because of what we accomplished on the floor. Right. So I think that what keeps me going is the fact that I want to help. Right. It keeps me going. The fact that seeing the results and hearing people come back to me and say, oh, Doreen, I went to the doctor and they didn't see this anymore and that changed and this improved. And, just looking at people and looking at them shrinking down in a healthy way. Right. Keeps me going. And it's like, okay, it may not have felt like it was worth it yesterday. Right. But today, this was a good day. We can try this one more time. That is so true. Sometimes you want to give like, I can't do this anymore. But the outcome, and when people go, oh my God, you helped me. I never saw things like that before. It's like, it gives me more energy and motivation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think I'll stay a little longer. Yeah, exactly. It's real talk. It's like a calling that calls you. You can't even get away from it. It's like, okay. You can't even get away from it. It's so funny. Wow. It's true. But thank you so much, Doreen. I think we are done. Unless you got thank you. That went fast. Yeah. But I do want you to let people know, our viewers, how they can connect with you, how they can follow you. If you have any products and services that you can offer them to support them, please let them know how they can get in contact with you. Okay, well, you can definitely get in contact with me the best way, because I'm with everything that's going on, I'm still a Facebook girl. So you can best find me right now on Facebook under Heal Me in Motion. And that will be able to connect you to myself and to my business. Right now, my website is under construction. We are redoing it based on the new branding and so forth that I'm putting together. So the best way to reach me is on Facebook under Heal Me in Motion, or you can email me at healme, HEALMEN, motion, MOTION, at AOL.com. So you can email me or you can find me on Facebook.
Awesome, awesome. I thank you so much, Doreen, for being a part of the summit, for pouring out into the people, planting seeds. I know somebody was inspired and motivated to just really do the things that they were called to do, or have a mandate to do, or have a passion to do, or dream of, or whatever it is. Whether you've written it down on paper or you have it in your mental, your memory, get it out. We need you to manifest. We need you to show up for somebody. You are the answer to somebody's question. You are the solution to somebody's problem. And that's what I want you to know, that you have to show up, and don't worry about how is it going to all come into place. You just got to step out and do it, and trust God, because we all are God-centered. So trust God to bring provision, and don't worry about all of that. Just get out there and get started. So this thing, sometimes it is by faith. We don't see the end. I talked about it before. It's like an Abrahamic walk. Just go out. I'll show you. And experience fear. People experience rejection. They get a whole lot of no's. If you listen to a whole lot of people, successful people, their story is pretty much common. I've been rejected. Yeah. They told me no 100 times. I didn't know how this was going to happen. I felt discouraged. I was scared. So you're not by yourself. That's what you're not alone. Somebody can identify with you. Thanks again, Doreen. I'm going to go outside.
Thank you.
Let you go. And everybody else, don't forget to stay connected, stay tuned in for all of our speakers, and in the emails, you will have everybody's contact information, all of their links, so you didn't miss anything. See you, girl.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.